Greetings from Seoul, Korea, and welcome to day number 2 of Korea against the world here at the GSL. I'm Tasteless, not with Artosis right now. Artosis will be walking on set in a moment. He's also the coach of the All-Stars team. So far, oddly enough, I don't think anybody really expected this, including our foreign players. They are up in games right now. They are in the lead, and it is quite possible that Team Korea could go down in flames in what would be one of the biggest upsets in esports history. Nobody would ever expect a Korean team to actually lose to a foreign team, but it might happen. Right now, the score is about 4-3 right now. 4-2. What am I saying? 4-2. This is actually crazy, and we're going to see who the Korean team is going to use to try to pull out and take on this very worthy team of non-Koreans. Both Artosis and myself have a lot of experience in running StarCraft teams. I was the head of RS Gaming. He was the head of media, a team I ultimately ended up joining, being under his command, and our little squad of nerds is in good hands right now. As you can see, they're feeling good. We met up earlier today, got a little meal. I told them I'd buy them all whiskey if they managed to win this. It'd be on me. So, of course, that's the greatest prize of all. So, they are ready. Team Korea came here today looking a little bit more upset, a little bit more antsy than before, but the atmosphere in the makeup room yesterday was one, it was a little bit more lax. This time around, particularly the coach, Sela, certainly a little bit more concerned, realizing that actually the pride of Korea is on the line, and right now they're just not bringing results. So again, this is the GSL, all free out here, but if you can, please donate to our cause in Japan. We want to help our neighbors out. They've been having a hard time. I want you guys sending in more money, whether it's a lot or a little. Okay, now onto the lineup. We have Jinra, White Rock, TT1, Moonglade, Maro, Demaga, Huck, and Set. With, of course, head coach Artosis. It's a pretty good lineup. We've got a pretty good reach from around the world here, too. Pretty balanced. And, of course, going on to the Korea team, which we're going to get in a minute here. Oh, hold that thought. We're going to keep talking about this. 1 Terran, 4 Zergs, and 3 Protoss. Right now, the international team, the all-star team, representing the world, has actually been using a lot more of their Zergs. That's important to note. And a lot of that has to do with the map lineup that we've had thus far. We do have some very good Protoss players. All these guys, both Artosis and myself, know on a very personal level. We actually all trained with these guys, had nation and clan matches against these guys. So, you know, I'm really rooting for these guys, too. Now, over here to Team Korea. Take a look at their lineup now. Pretty scary lineup. You really can't actually get a better lineup for Korea than this. MC and ST, Any Pro, July, MVP, Nada, San, and Marine King. And, of course, the head coach is Sela from the Team Slayers. It's the team of Slayers Boxer. He probably works harder than almost any coach you ever see. He has a lot of data he's collected about the players internationally that he's going to use when deciding who's going to go out there. At this point in time, it seems as though Korea's picked perhaps, and I mean, you know, understand this is, of course, Team Korea. I think they've used their weaker players first. Players like Any Pro and San, you know, they don't quite compare to something like MVP or MC. I mean, I'm sorry, they just have more results. So the heavy hitters are still yet to be used here in this match. So it's going to be interesting. You know, I'm really curious who's going to be the first person that they're going to bring out here. You know, they might want to bring out MC. They might want to bring out MVP. They could wait. They could use July. But, you know, when they're down this far, if you get a little bit farther behind than this, it's pretty tough to recover from. Again, I am Tasteless. I'm sorry there's no Artosis here. It is very lonely. But he will be back up here soon, just giving the players pep talks and stuff like that, making sure those guys are ready. Now, I want you guys to do me a favor. Get on Twitter. If you don't have a Twitter, we'll cut that out. Get on Twitter. Make an account if you don't have one. And hashtag GSL. And I'm serious. Actually do this. I want this to become a trending topic worldwide. Also, if you can add me on Twitter, I'm calling me Tasteless. Artosis is a little bit simpler. It's just Artosis. And I've been posting pro gamer IDs, Korean ones. I'll post some international ones the next day or two. And that way you can actually communicate with these pro gamers. A lot of these guys, they actually do speak some English. And if you write it to them, if you're writing something to them, obviously it's going to be a little bit easier for them to understand. So this is a great way for you to kind of communicate with your Korean fans. And I'll be sure to put some more international players up there as well. So, of course, the purpose of this event, normally we charge for GSL shows because it's, of course, very expensive to broadcast across the world, all over the world. We want to help our neighbors out in Japan. Obviously, it's been a terrible series of events that have occurred there, and we really want to help them out. So all the money that you donate to our cause will go to Japan, to helping people out there. So please, look, whether it's $5 or it's $1,000, send the money this way. All right. So here's the format. Of course, this is the friendly event match, although it's slowly becoming not friendly. As I can tell you from being here in the studio, it's getting pretty competitive. The All-Star team around the world representing the All-Star team in Korea. After that, starting tomorrow, we start the round of 16. We split these guys up into brackets, and we're going to see who, if we put these guys into a little mini-tournament, what the results of that will be. So that's going to be pretty interesting. Why don't we go ahead and take a look at the match results now. As you can see, tough start for Morrow. Morrow did manage, to make a great game against Any Pro, but Any Pro had some solid endgame maneuvers and managed to pull through. Then Sen heroed it up. Sen took out Any Pro and Marine King. Barely lost to Sans, and that was actually one of the best Protoss first Zergs I've ever seen. After that, TT1. I know a lot of people didn't expect TT1 to be doing as well as he is. The guy beat Nada, and of course he's still in this event. Also important to note, TT1's actually a little bit sick right now. So he was actually sick yesterday, but apparently he's also so sick he can beat Nada. So he's going to be continuing on today. We're going to see who Team Korea is going to pick. We don't know, but it'll be very interesting to see if TT1. Look, when you've already won those first two games, you're going to be in a pretty good mindset. You're going to be able to focus, able to get in the zone. It's one of those moments in your pro gaming career where you basically say, wow, well, anything else I accomplished thus far in the tournament, that's just good news. I've already done my part for the team, so TT1's going to be feeling pretty confident going into this. I know when I talked to him this morning, because we all met up earlier, he had really good mindset. We're going to have an interview now with Artosis. Team coach, there he is. He's so handsome. And see what he's thinking about this game.
자, 오늘 역시 박준규 e스포츠
And I'll get that translated for you guys in just a second.
도와주겠고요. 통역을 도와주겠고요.
네.
자, 어제와 달리 오늘은 기세가 남다른 것 같다. 해외 팬들의 성원이 무척 뜨거웠는데 그에 대한 반응. 자, 보답의 멘트 좀 부탁드린다고요.
For yesterday's result, many foreign communities are already thrilled about the result, and it's more hyped than yesterday. So, could you say a comment to the foreign community?
To the foreign community, thank you so much for watching. Keep watching. We're doing our absolute best up here. These guys are some of the most talented players in the entire world. I know in StarCraft 1, Korea dominated the foreigner scene, but now it's StarCraft 2, and this is the beginning of us coming back.
예, 일단 어제 시청해주신 많은 해외 시청자분들께 감사의 말씀을 드리고요. 오늘 이제 세계 최고의 선수들과 함께 다시 최고의 경기를 펼칠 건데 스타크래프트 1에서는 한국이 지배했을지 모르지만 이건 스타크래프트 2고 이제 새로운 시대이고 다시 이제 외국인들이
네.
예, 다시 컴백을 할 거라고
네.
합니다. 예.
자, 전 세계를 평정하겠다는 의지가 엿보이고
네.
있는데요. 자, 댄디어 감독이 어제는 4대3의 그 스코어를 예상을 했었는데
네.
자, 오늘 시작이 4대2 시작입니다. 자, 그렇다면 오늘 강력한 이 후반부
네.
그 후반전의 그 주자들을 안고 있는 파이널 스코어 네, 어떻게 예상을 하시는지 궁금하네요.
What is your expected score today?
I think it all comes down to how quickly we can take out OGSMC. He's very scary. If we take him out in the first couple matches, I think we're going to win it. If he takes out more than 2 or 3 players, though, it's going to be extremely hard to come back. So I want to go ahead and say that we're going to win 8-7.
일단 오늘 관건은 장민철 선수를 얼마나 빨리 부스에서 끌어내릴 수 있냐고 관건인데요.
네.
만약 장민철 선수를 끌어내는데 이제 두세 세트 안으로 끌어낼 수 있으면 이길 수 있겠지만 만약 그렇지 못한다면 질 것 같다 합니다. 그래서
오.
오늘 안전하게 예상을 해본다면 8대7로 월드팀이 이기는 걸로 예상합니다.
오, 예, 8대 7까지.
아직도 2세트를 이기고 있음에도 불구하고 불안불안한 모습을 보여주고 있습니다. 역시 그것이 바로 장민철.
장민철 선수가 굉장히 두렵다. 이런 표현을
네,
했습니다.
그렇습니다. 자, 데니얼 감독의 생각을 했을 때 어젯밤과
두렵죠?
오늘 자 두려운 장민철 선수를 화면으로 한번 만나봤고요. 자, 어젯밤 승리를 한 이후에 뭔가 그 기쁨을 팀원들끼리 만끽을 했는지 어젯밤에 그 숙소의 분위기가 좀 궁금합니다.
So yesterday, world team won 4-2. Did you celebrate with your players in any ways? Celebrate with your teammates?
No, we haven't celebrated yet. We're going to wait until after today. And maybe after some of their early round matches in the tournament. Don't want to go out and get too tired. Everyone got a lot of sleep and hopefully he's well rested and can play well today.
네, 일단 어제는 특별히 이렇게 특별히 이렇게 뒤풀이를 하지 않았고요.
예.
오늘 이기면은 이제 진짜 뒤풀이를 하려고 합니다. 이제 저 선수들이 이제 많이 피곤하고
네.
또 차후에 경기도 있으니까 좀 너무 무리는 안 하고 그냥 적당하게 축하를 할 생각을 합니다.
자, 그래요. 자, 월드 올스타즈 팀이 한국 대표팀을 거꾸로 이 자리에 왔다라고 봐도 무방할 겁니다. 자, 오늘 월드 올스타즈 팀 모든 선수에게 행운이 함께하길 바라겠습니다. 전 세계에 이렇게 좋은 선수들이 많다는 것은 e스포츠인으로서 또 스타크래프트 유저로서 상당히 환영할 만한 일이고요.
그렇죠.
오늘도 멋진 경기를 기대하겠습니다. 꼭 전달해 주시기 바랍니다. 자, 이어서 한국 대표팀의 더가웃으로 마이크를 넘겨보도록 하겠습니다. 홍승표
And now we're going
감독님,
to go over
안녕하세요.
to the Korean team and see what their thoughts
자,
are.
어제 사실 우리 국내 팬들에게는 상당히 좀 안타까운 좀 아쉬운 스코어가 나왔단 말입니다. 자, 그리고 난 이후에 뭔가 좀 전략적인 부분에 있어서 수정이 있었습니까?
어제 같은 경기는
Yesterday, a lot
제가
of Korean fans were
생각하기에
disappointed.
선수들이 본 대회에 앞서 그냥 몸풀기 정도로 생각하고 본 실력을 제대로 발휘 안 하고 이번 경기는 그래도 최대한 재밌게
Thinks the
하고
players were just
본
warming up
대회에서 이제 월드
before the individual
챔피언십에서
rounds.
우승을 다 차지하겠다, 1, 2, 3위를 다 하겠다는 생각으로
네.
가벼운 마음으로 경기를 진행해서
네.
어제 경기는 그렇게 스코어가 나온 걸로 판단하고요.
네.
오늘 같은 경우에 통령으로 불리는 사나이, 신으로 불리는
But
사나이,
after losing today, the
그리고 왕으로
players are in a
불리는
much more
사나이,
competitive
그렇죠.
mindset.
전설로 불리는 사나이들이 있기 때문에
네.
약간만 이제 자기의 실력을 조금씩만 더 보여주신다면
He says
아마
expect today's
무난하지
results to be
않을까
different
생각합니다.
from that of
화면에는
yesterday.
이제 통령과 전설과 가시 화면에 잡혔습니다.
네, 그렇습니다. 자, 이만은 각오가 좀 남달라졌다.
네.
자, 오늘은 이기고자 하겠다, 이기자라는
그렇죠.
그 파이팅을 외쳤다고 했는데요. 자, 오늘 몇 대 몇 스코어 기대해봐도 좋을 것 같습니까? 일단 우리가 4세트는 내주고 시작합니다.
What is your prediction for today's score?
세트를 먼저 내줬기 때문에 조금 우월하게 압도적으로 이긴다는 생각은 안 하고
네.
우리 쪽도 이제 저희 쪽도 8대 7이나
오!
8대 6 정도로 승리할 거라고
He
봅니다.
expects the
자,
Korean team to
어제
win
인터뷰를
about
했을 때는
8-7 or
4대0, 4대1을
8-6.
예상했었거든요.
네.
이것은 충분히 월드 올스타즈를 인정한다는 뜻입니다.
그렇습니다.
자, 이러한 마음의 자세에 변화가 있었습니다. 자, 오늘 한국 대표팀에도 행운이 함께하길 바라겠습니다. 멋진 경기로 팬들에게 보답해 주시기 바라겠고요.
네.
또 여러분들의 많은 성원 부탁드리겠습니다. 자, 이제 본격적으로 경기 시작할 순서입니다.
Wow, a very exciting moment here. Of course, the Korean team definitely a little bit disappointed with yesterday's results. I mean, let's face it, everybody thinks of Korea when they think of StarCraft, and then to see results like that, I mean, that's not good. A lot of pressure on Sela right now, the team coach, a lot of pressure on the remaining players. A lot of these guys that lost, let me tell you, Korea's pretty disappointed. Trust me, I know because I live here. They're definitely pretty disappointed with those results. They got to come back. However, right now there's definitely a big advantage here for the non-Korean team. They just have more chances to make mistakes, more room for risks, I guess you could say. So this is going to be pretty tough for the Korean team. However, they do have a lot of very solid players left over. I think it's definitely their better half. MC, MVP, Nest, those guys are GSL champions. So let's see what's going to be for the Korean team. Which player? Brace yourself. This person's going to have to be solid. He's going to have to come back here. He's going to have to take out a lot of players in a row. MC. OGS MC is here. And he is saying they're going down. Excuse me. So, All right, that is a pretty gutsy move there. MC bringing his MC board, whatever that is, into the booth. And it is time. It's going to be a PvP because TT1 was, of course, the remaining Protoss. Taking the watch off, putting the nerd-crushing gloves on. It's time, man. This is serious. MC, I would have to say, is probably the best player on the team. It makes perfect sense that they bring him out now. There's a chance. I think the only way that MC could lose is to get cheesed out. So we're going to see what kind of strategies the international team is going to throw at MC. TT1's very good at Protoss versus Protoss, so it's not exactly like it's going to be easy for MC, but at the same time, the thing about MC is he just doesn't really lose. He's very clean. He's very aggressive. We nicknamed him the Kratos Protoss for a reason. He's got a specific style, and it's very hard to stop. Now on to TT1. TT1 is actually a former teammate of mine and training partner, and of course he did was an MLG Dallas run-up. We're going to be doing a lot of good stuff with MLG as well, guys. I can't get too into it right now, but expect good things in the future as esports gets more connected around the world. TT1, he's got a very smart style of playing. He's a player that definitely bases his decisions off the way his opponent's mind works. He was calm, composed. He's actually quite sick, and I don't mean like he's a sick, badass killer. I mean, he actually has a high temperature right now, so that's too bad. We hope he gets a little bit better. If TT1 wins this match, I'm predicting a loss for Korea. MC has to beat, I would say, at least 3 players in order for Korea to really be back in the saddle here. The game is loading, so get ready for some more PvP action here with TT1 against MC here at the GSL.
World All-Star Team versus Team Korea.
All right, it's on. Over here in the red, we have our Protoss player representing the international team, former teammate of mine,
Fnatic TT1.
Now down to the blue, we have our other Protoss player, champion of Season 3 as well as Season 5, defeating July's
OGS MC.
There he is, MC. Basically, this guy has the best results anybody's brought into StarCraft 2. And, oh, look who it is. It's my hetero nerd life partner. He's back. We'll get his mic turned on in a minute here for you guys.
Hello. Tasteless. Are you ready?
I'm so ready, man. I'm glad to have you back.
Yes.
I feel like an insane person talking like by myself like that. and having to do it standing is absolutely terrible. Let me tell you something, man. I don't actually broadcast standing very much. Talking into a camera standing at the same time,
It's
like a totally other
really
skill
good
set.
for when you become an on-the-scene news reporter.
Yep, it's going to happen, man.
Tasteless in
My
Afghanistan.
esports career doesn't fall through, man.
Absolutely.
Wait, but I know you have something to say, but before you get any further, I know I've had more talking time, but guys,
My
again,
turn.
get on Twitter, call me Tasteless, @Artosis. Start tweeting about the GSL. I want this to become a trending topic. I want more people around the world to know about this sick TV show.
Dude, this is the best day for GSL.
I'm
This is
so
the
amped.
Foreigners are up 4-2. Get on there. Let's trending topic it. Hashtag that's shipped in 3, the #, and GSL. Talk to Call Me Tasteless. Talk to Artosis. Talk about the GSL amongst yourselves. And let's get everyone in the world paying attention to this. Now, Tasteless.
Artosis.
We have TT1 right now is doing the same strategy, similarly at least. It looks like he's going to go for a 3-Stalker Rush. He definitely likes this against 4-Gate. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if he goes 3-Stalker Rush into 4-Gate. It's a really cool build to stop 4-Gates with. You can normally have a few more probes. But we have a great strategy today for taking out MC. If TT1 doesn't win, don't tell the Koreans, but we're going to use White Raw.
Okay, White Raw
And
is
if White Raw
excellent.
doesn't win, we're in trouble.
Are you just going to take the blazer off and go in there and play yourself?
I might have to, Tasteless. Make 2 gateways outside of the base I think is his. That's the way to do it.
You do a coin flip build?
Yep. All right, so
All right.
We're going to have to watch where all these probes go. It's very, very important to keep track of that.
Okay, and it's going to be a 4-warp gate rush right off the bat from MC. Now, one thing about TT1 is he actually does not like to 4-warp gate rush.
No, he
actually
likes
does
to
a
counter
stalker.
it.
Yeah, the stalker, chrono boosted out.
Oh, man. Perfect placement on that pylon. No way TT1 is going to be able to stop that pylon from warping in time. This is a hard map to do a 3-stalker rush on, I have to say.
Yeah, this is actually... But then again, you know, he did do it on Scrap Station, too.
Yeah,
That's actually not an easy map to hold that rush with. Now, MC, he's one of these guys, he's sort of just raw strength in his attack.
Yeah.
He's got very good control, and actually that's really saying something because a lot of people cannot control Protoss units like this guy.
That is quite true, Tasteless.
So, I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say, right now we do have TT1 going for 4 warp gates. His warp gates are just going to be a millisecond slower. But right now, TT1 has 4 more probes.
Oh, he got the probe.
He does, but there is, unfortunately, already...
He's going to get sandwiched.
Yeah, he's going to get sandwiched once again. TT1, always getting sandwiched. Oh, no, you accidentally clicked on a rock there.
Yeah, I was going to say, don't protect the rocks. Well, I don't know if actually he can recover from this.
Yeah, no, he's already lost 3 stalkers. This is not a good thing, Tasteless.
I glanced over and saw White Raw's face, and you can see he's already getting his game, game mode going. I don't know what to call it.
And up the ramp he goes. Where he stops, nobody knows.
Actually, where he stops, everybody knows. It's going to be a TT1 space. And actually, well, that
TT1
sucks.
getting caught outside once again.
Well, MC, it's starting. It's happening. This is not good. Not good from you or me or Tosis or anybody. MC, he's got the ball rolling. How long can he keep doing this? How many players is he going to eliminate? Can he go all the way? Oh, man. It's on. It is on. All right. So they're going over what to do. They're going to send White Raw out. Or Tosis already told us that. Now, here's the thing about White Raw as a player is that there's nobody he can't beat. That's the real beauty of White Raw. He could actually take a game off anybody. A lot of people say he's the best foreigner out there from StarCraft 1. Of course, we need to see more results from him in StarCraft 2. He's still very solid, though. But yeah, I think White Raw is a good choice because all they got to do is get one game off of MC. They take MC out, and all of a sudden the playing feels a little bit more balanced. MC sort of outshines everybody with him being the best player in the world. So thank you so much for joining us here. This is actually crazy. I was informed that the Korean commentators, if they start to get ahead, will actually come over here and troll me behind the camera. So definitely be watching for that. It's going to be pretty interesting. If that actually happens, we might actually end up winning. Again, get on Twitter, #Twitter. You can talk to me on Twitter or something. Somebody told me I'm actually supposed to only have this button undone, not having 2 done. See? It's really helpful. It's a really good thing to do. Great way to communicate with the people from the show that you watch. So now, White Raw's going to go in. He's got to get into a good mindset. I do think out of all the players I know, psychologically, White Raw is probably he's just like the most well-rounded player. He's got a good attitude. He doesn't get pissed when he loses, whether it's a live tournament or training games. You know, as I said, he doesn't get nervous. He's got great control. And he's one of these players, as we'd say in StarCraft, he just sort of knows how to win. He knows how to do what it takes to take his opponent out. Doesn't necessarily have the best macro or the best micro, but he does have just, he can analyze situations correctly and make the right choice. So I think this could be pretty tough for MC. But here's the thing about Protoss versus Protoss. It's a very short matchup. It's very unforgiving. MC, I think he's probably the most confident player I've ever met. He's confident enough to actually, go out there with his MC board and diss us foreigners. I'm a very sensitive guy. I can't believe he did that. We're going to get this going in a minute here. I assume you can actually just look behind me. They're right there. I think it's going to go over a pep talk, perhaps. Going to get him in the zone, and it's going to be pretty cool. I cannot wait to see this game and stop talking by myself. Cannot wait to do that. Again, this is the GSL. This is the biggest esports show of all time. We're just getting bigger and better. All right, it's time to release the White Raw. There you go, faking out the Koreans a little bit. Now this is actually a very pivotal game here for the non-Korean team because if White Rod takes that MC and he stays in this, he's pretty solid. He's definitely somebody where it's like he could take a game off anybody. He's definitely not the favorite here, but I don't know. It's going to be interesting. White Rod, I've played against this guy a lot. He is very good. He actually eliminated me in a tournament in the beta. Got the final 8, and he's just solid. And look at that. Look at that cable on that keyboard. That's like what you lock your bike with. Look at that thing. All right. So he's from Ukraine. We actually have 2 Ukrainian players here. The other one, Dimaga. And, you know, Ukraine, both Ukraine and Poland actually in StarCraft 1, very solid StarCraft 1 countries. There's no exaggeration what I'm saying. They actually had a lot of good players. Of course, another area in Europe, Germany had a lot of great players. The Nordic regions, of course, big esports parts of the world. But, you know, White Raw, I have to say he outshines basically almost every other European. What's interesting about this guy as well is that, you know, he's an older guy. He's married. I believe he's over 30. And he's actually still pro gaming, man. He's still making money. It's pretty sick, man. He's like Korean Nestea. Think about that. Korean Nestea. It's going to take a minute for him to set up. So just sit tight. If you guys could please donate to Japan, please. I know it's free, and that's great that the show is free and stuff, but the reason why it's free is that we want to take care of our neighbors. So instead of the money that you guys would normally pay for the ticket, in this case, what we're going to do is we're actually going to take that money, send it to our neighbors in Japan. By the way, special thanks to our sponsors at LG. We got G-Skill. We got a lot of sponsors. It's in the city of Seoul. That was close. I almost didn't get that one. For sponsoring this event and making this possible. Thank you so much for supporting esports. Seoul, a wonderful city. I've been here for about 3 years. I love Korea. I love this city. I've been everywhere, man. I've been to Hong Kong, to Paris, to New York. I got to say, Seoul is pretty crazy. Of course, there's a shot of DOA. Did an excellent job casting Code A with Kelly. Here to watch the match today. So, just sit tight. He's actually not in the game yet, so we're going to have to kind of wait a minute. He has to get his setup going and everything like that. Having the right mouse speed, having your chair at the right height, monitor at the right height, it's sort of like trying to, you can't play baseball without your own glove. Can't play golf without your own clubs. Actually, I don't play golf. I don't know if that's entirely true, but you know what I'm saying. He has to get his stuff all set up and running. Otherwise, you can't control your stalkers. You can't even get your probes to the minerals like you want to. So we want to give him the time to kind of get that going here. And, sit tight. Hey, how you doing? This is the GSL, man. This is actually Korea against the world, and the world right now is winning. That's not supposed to happen. I almost knocked my drink off my desk. That's not supposed to happen. So, I'm really excited. I actually wish I could actually be over there with those guys, but somebody has to sit here and fill airtime. So, it's a pleasure to be here with you guys. I haven't actually solo casted since, I believe, what was it? GOM TV Classic. That was a long time ago. I was casting StarCraft 1 out here in Korea about 2 years ago. I don't know how I actually did that. And there's Artosis. Look at him. Oh, he's just such a handsome little Templar. Soon we're going to merge into an Archon. Once again, Tastosis, the casting Archon, will be back. White Raw. I like that hat. Ukraine. This guy actually, I believe he writes for a magazine or newspaper. I believe it's a magazine about technical stuff. That's the most technical way to say that, technical stuff. He's married. Been married for several years now. Wife fully supports him. Wow, that's excellent. But, that's pretty crazy. If you're, married and, you're working full-time and you're a pro gamer, I don't actually know how he does it. I actually total respect him. And he's actually good. If he was, good enough to be sponsored but not like a top player, not like a, winning tournaments all over the world, that would make more sense. But he's actually that good. So, clearly he's a very talented, gifted individual. Very friendly guy. If you ever had to study somebody psychologically to see, what's the right mindset to go into, in a tournament, he would be the one to do that with because he's got the right attitude. I really respect that. So, again, if feel free to donate to help our friends out in Japan. They've been having a very tough time. And again, thank you to our sponsors at LG City of Seoul and and G-Skill. I'm sorry, guys. We don't have writers. So get on the internet. Start IMing your friends. Start spreading the word. There's Demaga right now. That's, of course, his Ukrainian teammate and friend. There's MVP. MVP, I don't think they're going to take MVP next. My bet is they take July next. I don't know why. I have like a hunch that they pull out July. But I think MVP after MC is probably the biggest threat. Probably the biggest threat here. Because even though MVP's in Code A, I mean, other than that moment, where he lost the up and down matches, we're kind of like, what? He's just overall very consistent. He almost all killed an entire team in the team league. By the way, I hope you guys are enjoying these different kind of events that we're hosting. We don't just do GSL Code S and Code A and up and down matches. We got the team league. Now we got this, big international, Korea versus the world. And, of course, then we're going to have this world championships. There's going to be all these same players duking it out in bracketed form. Okay, the map's across the plateau. And the countdown started. So that means it's game time. PvP. Now, TT1 lost pretty quickly. I doubt MC feels anything like tired or tired, if you will, because it was a short game. So it's going to take 100% of White Raw's skill to come through with a win. Let's do this.